Angular. 1 second. So what is Angular and how to work with Angular? So those concepts we're going to discuss now. Okay, yes. Now here, if you observe this one, just so here, first of all, Angular is nothing but client-side script. What is Angular? It is client-side script to execute logics in browser. Angular is nothing but the client-side script to execute the logics in browser. Okay, now here the server logics are there as well as browser logics are there. Okay, yeah, you want to execute any logics in browser, then we are taking support of Angular. Initially, programmers work with that JavaScript to execute the client-side logics. After that, so different technologies, next level technologies of JavaScript executed. Those are nothing but here Angular, okay, React, all these technologies comes under this concept. Yes, now here.
I'm not able to see your screen, sir.
Not able to see. I'm sharing now. Other people, can you see my screen or not?
Not visible. Yes, now it's visible.
Now, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, previous maybe some issues there. Okay. Angular is a client-side script to execute logics in browser. Okay. So here, client-side script, what type of operations we can do with client-side script, that we are going to discuss now. Yes. Yeah. So client-side script we can use. So first one, validate the input controls. So first reason to use the client-side script in nothing but here validation point of where is this one to validate the input controls where this client-side scripts. Okay, so you want to check username password is valid or invalid. Okay, like that. Okay, these type of validations you want to work, then we are taking the support of this JavaScript. Next point, to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML. Yes, to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. All HTML controls comes under static controls. Okay, we want to apply the dynamic functionalities on this HTML controls, then we are taking the support of this set script. Okay, yes. Next one. See, what is the meaning of applying dynamic functionalities? Okay, yes, changing the properties of controls at a runtime. Change the properties of controls at runtime. So by default, all controls, HTML controls are static controls. These static controls properties you want to change at runtime, then we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. Okay, next one. Execute logics in browser. Yeah. So in browser, you want to execute logics. Means, for example, calculator program is there. Okay, that calculator program we want to develop. When user click on the controls like plus, minus, these type of controls, then you want to perform some calculations. Is it clear? Yes. So in that point of view, so we can use either client-side script or server-side scripts. Okay, anything we can use here. But the thing is, what the benefit if you use that client-side script. So code is executing in browser, right? Yes, entire code is executing in browser. That's why here we are getting the application or execution is faster. So like that. Yes, yeah. Next one. Yeah. So to work with Ajax concepts, it is very important part for us. Okay, we want to work with the Ajax concepts. So in that point of view, also we are taking the support of these client-side scripts. Okay, so Ajax is very important. Okay, asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Yes, we work with this Ajax concept. Okay, then we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. Okay, yeah. Like that, these are the technologies we are using here. So these are the areas where we can work with this client-side script. So first point, if you observe here, okay, what the first point, to execute some logics in browser and to validate the input controls, okay, to validate the input controls. And next one, to apply Ajax functionalities and to change the properties to HTML controls at runtime. So in this point of we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. Is it clear? Yes. So initially people used to work with JavaScript. Okay, what is that? JavaScript. Initially programmers started working with JavaScript. After that, next level of technologies like AngularJS, Angular, React.js, these are all the technologies introduced here. Now, this Angular and React got much popular to work with these concepts. That's the main concept. Yes. So now, so we can call it as first of all Angularjs. The frame of JavaScript. What is Angularjs? The framework of JavaScript. Yeah. Now here the thing is, we are using this Angularjs now. So the main concept of Angularjs is framework of JavaScript. What the meaning of this framework here? Yes. So now it is nothing but providing all the features what are available in JavaScript. Okay. Along with that, some additional features it is supporting for us. Is it clear? Yes. So it is providing all the features available with JavaScript, and additionally it is supporting some other features. So that is the concept of framework. Okay. Yeah. Now, what is the basic history of this AngularJS? That concept we are discussing now. Okay. Yes. 1 second. Yeah. So basic history, if you take here, AngularJS implemented by Mr. in 2010. Who implemented this AngularJS? Mr. is implemented this AngularJS in the year 2010. Yes, yeah. Now, it is client side. There are two types of scripts. One is client side script, another one is server side script. What is the meaning of client side script? The script which executes in browser. Okay, the script which is executed in browser we are calling as client side script. And what is server side script? The script which is executing in web server, we are calling it as server-side script. Okay, yeah, like that. Yeah. So here, this is client-side script. Okay, now we can use AngularJS to work or create dynamic web applications. In which point of we are in this one? The thing is to create dynamic web applications. So in that point of view, we are in this AngularJS. Yes, yeah. So now there is another technology released in 2016. That is nothing but Angular. So there is a difference between AngularJS and Angular. What the difference we have, that we need to discuss. Okay. So version 1.x. Okay. We can call as AngularJS. So 1.x means nothing but here. Okay. 1.1. Yes, next one, 1.2. Okay, 1.3, like that. Up to 1.5 version, we are calling as AngularJS. Yes, from 2.x onwards. Okay, yes. We can call it as Angular. That is the concept of this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to so 12. 13 is also available, but we are working with 12.2. All these versions we are calling as Angular. Okay. Yes. So if you observe this one, 1.x, 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, up to 1.6, we are calling as AngularJS. From 2.x onwards, we are calling it as Angular. So in AngularJS, they used JavaScript for the functionalities. Okay. Yes. So in AngularJS functionalities are implemented with JavaScript. So Angular functionalities, if you take here, Angular functionalities are implemented with TypeScript. Now here, implemented with JavaScript. Angular functionalities are implemented with TypeScript. Yes, yeah. So now from 2.0 onwards, they use a TypeScript to develop the packages. In 1.0, they use a JavaScript. From 2 onwards, they use a TypeScript to develop the packages. Now here, first we should know, so what are the benefits we have in this TypeScript compared with the JavaScript. So that concept we need to discuss now. Before that, what are the features of AngularJS and Angular compare with JavaScript. Okay, so what are additional things that are available in AngularJS as well as Angular compare with JavaScript? So once we discuss this concept, later I would explain you what are the features we have in this TypeScript compare with JavaScript. Okay, yeah. So after that, we will discuss what are the differences between AngularJS and Angular. These are the things we are going to discuss now. Okay, fine. Now, if you observe this one, supports MVC pattern. So if you take this AngularJS and Angular, yes, supports the MVC pattern. What is this MVC pattern? Okay, model view controller pattern. MVC stands for what is that? Model view and controller. Yes. So it is a design pattern to work with that Angular applications. MVC is a design pattern to work with the Angular applications. So Angular and AngularJS support this MVC pattern. The main advantage of MVC pattern is reusability. Okay, it increases reusability more. So the same JavaScript, if you take here, JavaScript is not supporting any pattern like this. Next one, supports data binding. Yeah. This is a very good feature which we have here. So it supports the concept of data binding. Okay. There are different types of data bindings we have. One-way data binding and two-way data binding. Definitely I will explain you, okay, later what is one-way data binding and what is two-way data binding. So that concept definitely I will explain to you. So here the overview concept I'm going to discuss now. What the benefit of this data binding here is. So now here now just one simple example I'm going to show you. Let me use the zoom software. Okay, I think there is no zoom beta. So I want to zoom the web page. Yes. Now you can see. For example, this is one variable which we are taking like this. Serial number is all 100. Yes, that variable I want to display on the HTML control. So now we need to execute some logic. That logic is carrying that variable and displaying on the HTML control like that it displays. Okay, fine. Now here, in case if that variable is updated, okay, if the variable is updated, then I want to get these updates in the output control. Yes. So then every time you need to execute this logic. Okay. So here like that, from how many locations you are calling this variable, everywhere you need to execute code to get the updated value of this variable and display on the HTML controls like this. Is this clear? Yes. Now the concept is, okay, here it is extra code execution. So every time you want to call this logics and you want to check whether the variable is modified or not, that is very complex. But data binding concept is there. What that data binding? What the main advantage of this concept? So here, by using data binding, we need to execute any statements directly. That variable we're linking with this HTML control here. So the linking procedure is there. Okay, linking procedure, not calling that variable. Just we can link here. Then automatically it will check. Automatically it will check what are the updates we are getting on this variable. So those updates it will check here. Okay, we'll check with those updates here. So means whenever the variable is modifying, then automatically the HTML control will modify here. Is this clear? This is the concept of data binding. Okay. Yes. So like that here, two types of data bindings we have: one-way data binding, two-way data binding. Practical I will explain. So it will take 2 to 3 days to discuss about this data binding here. Yes. So now anyhow the concept is nothing but okay, it supports data binding concept. Okay. Yeah, that data binding is very, very important for us. Okay, next one, supports single page application concept is there. So here only for the single page application. Okay, we are spending around 1 week classes. Okay. So this single page application is there. What the benefit of the single page application? Yes. The main benefit is without loading the web page, we can access the other pages here. Means the current control we need not load again and again. Yes. Without loading the current web page control. Means here, for example, any website if you take, yeah, just go to that something like Google I open here, just Amazon or Flipkart I'm using. I can see here that website I'm following the browser. Yes. Now if you observe here, just if I select any option like this, okay. Now click on this. Now it is loading here. The page, if you observe here, yes, that page is reloading. Means when you hit the server, okay, then the current browser is updating. So here, that small diagram I want to show you. Now this is the server. Here we have like this: home, about us, contact us, like the different pages are there. Yes. Like that. And this is the browser. Am I sending a request to the server? The response is coming back here. Then again, if I send one more request here, okay, then again, if I send one more request, then what is happening here? The response is like that. Yes, for every request, what is happening here? So that page is reloading and request is going to the server and next page is calling here. That is the default nature of this. Okay. Now here, single page application concept, if you observe here, so what is the benefit of this? Yeah, all this, okay, all this, okay, I want to take into one object, all these pages, okay. Now here, when I'm sending a request, then that entire object is loading. In this object, we have the other pages like home, yes, about us, like that. So now here, this is the home page, this is the about us page, like that. Means all pages are loading into browser cache memory location. Actually here, 1 second, these pages are loading into cache memory location like this. Yes, and here we are displaying the hyperlinks now for home, about us, like that. So when user click on this about us, then no need to go to the server, directly we can access it from browser. Contact us, directly is accessing from here. That is the concept of this. Is this clear? Yes. So like that, so every time, no need to send a request to the server. Without sending a request to the server, we can access the application here. Okay, that is the concept of single page application. Means initially all templates are loading into the browser's cache memory location. Is this clear? Yeah. Is the concept of SPA. We are calling it as SPA. So in this point of view, we will discuss how to work with the authentication, authorization, okay, and what is role-based routing. Everything we will discuss with this single page application. So only for this single page application, we are spending around 1 week days like that. Next one here, supports many directives. You can call them as properties. So here ng if ng for ng switch, like that. Different types of directives we have here. Supports many type of directives here. ng if ng for ng switch, like that we have different types of directives. Is it clear? So these directives we are using to work with this. So within the HTML tag, okay, you want to, within the HTML tag, you want to execute any statements here. Then we are taking the support of these directives. Yes. Next one. Supports many validators. It is supporting different types of validators. These validators' main purpose is to validate the input controls. Okay, yes. Like text box is empty or not. Okay. Password retype password is matching or not. Like that, these type of validations you want to perform. Okay, then it is using this concept here. Supports validators. Okay, yeah. So HTML also providing some validators. But what is the difference between HTML validators and these validators? Yeah. HTML validators, if you take here, so it will check whether the control is valid or invalid, but it will not give any that platform for us to execute some logics if the control is not valid. For example, text box is length is small length. Okay, so it is less than 3 characters or 1 character. Then I want to display message. Fine, HTML we can use to display the message here required and min length, like that. These properties are available here. But at the same time, I want to execute some logics also. Okay, if user click on the submit button with less number of characters in the text box, okay, so that time I want to execute some logics. Is it clear? Yes, in this point of view, if you observe here, so that HTML is not providing any option for us. So then we are taking the support of this Angular validators. So you can display the error messages, at the same time we can execute the logics also based on the requirement. Yes. Next one. Supports many services. Yeah. different types of services we have here. Okay, yeah. So these services we can use to work with this. For example, HTTP client is one service. That HTTP client we are using to work with the Ajax. Like that, you want to work with cookies. So for that, one service is available. Like that, here for every concept, different types of services are available here. Okay, yes, supports many services here. Yes. Next one. Supports filters. Okay, we can also call them as pipes. Okay, these type of filters it is supporting for us. Okay, we are also calling these filters as pipes. Okay, yes. So now here, what is the purpose of this filter? Why we are using this filters? Okay, filters main purpose is okay to convert the data from one format to another format, to transfer the data from one format to another format. In this point of view, we are taking the support of yes, yeah. Next one. Supports dependency injection. So here dependency injection concept is there. That dependency injection it is supporting for us. So dependency injection means nothing but here. So you want to inject one component into another component. Yes. So in that point of view, we are using dependency injection. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So this dependency injection means, okay, it is supporting a component. Okay, one component we can inject to another component. So you can ask me, sir, what is the use of this injection? Yes, the main purpose of this injection is for reusability. Okay, you want to work with the reusable, then we can use this one. So for example, components we are creating this Angular. So one component I want to reuse in another component. In that point of view, take the support of this dependency injection concept like that. Is it clear? Yes. So these are the main advantages which we have this location. So here, because of this, okay, because of these reasons here. So next one, simple coding is very important point here. Simple. Yes. So simple coding is one more point here. So that coding is very, very less. Okay. So that's the main advantage which we have this application. Okay. These are the main features we have in this Angular and Angularjs in both technologies compared with yes, JavaScript. So definitely in interviews, they will ask you one question. JavaScript is there, then why should I go with this AngularJS and Angular? So then definitely that question will raise in interviews. Then you can say yes, JavaScript is not supporting data binding, and JavaScript is not supporting single page applications. Okay, so JavaScript is not supporting pipes, filters. Okay, like that here, different points are there. You can discuss all this. Is this clear? Yes. So now actually practically nothing is discussed related to this concept. I will explain you what is data binding, how to work with these patterns, and NG, if NG for all these things we will discuss one by one. So these are the basic features. Okay. Now we need to discuss about what are they in Angular compared with this AngularJS. Yes. So if you take AngularJS and Angular, so what are the features we have this Angular compared with the AngularJS? Those points we need to discuss. So before that, one difference we got here. So AngularJS is the framework of JavaScript and Angular is the framework of TypeScript. Means in AngularJS, they use a JavaScript to implement the functionalities. Yes, in Angular, they use a TypeScript to implement the functionalities. That is the concept of this. Yes, yeah. Next one here. AngularJS, if you take here, AngularJS is supporting, okay, AngularJS and Angular, if you observe here, AngularJS 1.x version we are calling as AngularJS. From 2.x onwards, we are calling it as Angular. And these are the basic points. Along with that, many more advantages we have in this Angular compared with this AngularJS. So those concepts we need to discuss. Before that, any doubts we have till now? So we discuss some points. What is client-side script and what we can do with client-side script. Okay. Next one here. What is the difference between AngularJS and Angular? Okay, so that point not yet covered all points here. 1 or 2 points we have discussed, and main differences between JavaScript and these technologies, AngularJS, Angular. So these things we have discussed. I guess all of you clear these concepts, right? Yeah. Any doubts you have? Any queries? Yes, sir. No doubts. No.
Yeah, everything is clear so far. Hello?
You can ask me the questions if you have any more.
Yeah, everything is clear so far. Please.
Okay. So what are the operations we can do with this Angular? I mean client-side scripts. Apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls is the first point. So simple example I will show you. One HTML program I'm creating. Then you will get the clarity here. Like that. I want to take button. Image also. Like that we have these counters. One button and one image counter we have. Yes, when I click on this button here, okay, then I want to hide this image. That is dynamic functionality. Yes, so how can I achieve that one? So now here, just I will write one program now. Yes, yeah. So don't try to understand this program. See the result of this program. Okay, now here. Something code I have written. This JavaScript. Within the JavaScript I have written. Now here just now we can see it is hiding, right? Yeah. Now the thing is, this is dynamic functionality. What is the dynamic functionality we have here? When user click on the button, okay, and image is hiding. Okay, what the image it displays here, that image we are hiding there. That's the concept of dynamic functionality. Okay, fine. Now this dynamic functionality we implemented with JavaScript. Same we can do by using Angular or any other technologies here. So, but it is very simple code if you use this Angular and other technologies. Anyhow, just once again refresh this. Image is there. Okay, now by default is static image, but I applied the dynamic feature for this image. What the dynamic feature I applied for this image control is when user click on this image, okay, a button, I want to hide this image control. That is the concept which I have given. Yes, yeah. Now when I click here, then what is happening? It is hiding that image like that. Yes, so this is the concept which we are using. We can call it as dynamic concept. Okay, fine. Is this clear? Yeah. So now we need to discuss what are the differences we have between Angularjs and Angular. So that concept I will discuss in the next session. Okay, because in demo just we are spending around 45 minutes like that. So we are discussing these basic concepts. After that, within 2-3 days, okay, I will start the practical concepts here. And I am covering from TypeScript. And here we are discussing the Angular concepts from version 2 onwards. So what are the features they introduced with 2 up to 12? Okay, those things we are discussing. Okay, and I will explain you the TypeScript concepts also. Along with that, I will explain you the TypeScript concepts. Okay, yes. So, any queries you have? Any questions you want to ask? And this course duration is 60 days. Okay, it will take 60 days to close this. And so course content is available in front office. You can collect that course content from front office. Okay, yes. So we are also discussing
Yeah.
API services. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Along with this, will you teach any real-time project? Will you give any real-time project?
With this batch, this is Angular batch, not project batch. We don't
Okay,
discuss
will you
the
only
project
cover this?
topics. So in that course content,
Okay.
what the topics we have, those topics I'm covering here. That's
Okay.
Sir, good evening, sir.
yeah, good evening.
Yeah, JavaScript, don't know that much of JavaScript, sir.
Sorry.
We don't have that much of knowledge in JavaScript, sir.
Actually, here to learn this, we require the TypeScript concepts, not the JavaScript.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, class timing 6 to 7 or 6 to 7:30?
No, actually, the thing is here 7:30 to 8:30 is our regular timing. One more thing I want to tell you here. 7:30 to 8:30 is our regular timing here. Yes, yeah. So initially starting 4 to 5 days, okay, 7 to 8 I will take. After that, okay, 7:30 to 8:30. Yes, I think this is comfort to everyone, right?
Okay, sir.
Next question.
Sir, course content available online. Actually, I am not in Hyderabad.
So maybe in website it is available. Please check it once.
Sure, sir.
Next. Okay, fine. Next session, I will discuss the remaining concepts. So you can leave now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.